So you started the job at 2008. You shared with me that you were threatened. So could you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, so when I first started exposing the United Front Work Department, there were not really many people in America among Westerners who knew about this. When I first started trying to research it, I had Chinese colleagues and Chinese friends telling me, oh, the people you're researching, they're Chinese mafia, they're Chinese spies, be careful. I talked to one woman, she was Taiwanese. She said that these people had approached her and told her they could make her disappear. And to me, like, on American soil, for most Americans, that's unthinkable. We would never think the Chinese Communist Party would threaten, Chinese Americans on American soil, let alone Taiwanese, who are not part of that system to begin with, that the CCP would be threatening them. But it shocked me to realize that Chinatowns are controlled by the Chinese Communist Party, and that people in America live in fear of the Chinese Communist Party. I think maybe less so these days, right?
That's absolutely. So this is why all the brothers and sisters, you see all the volunteers here today at the New Federal State China booth. We are the dissidents of the Chinese. We are actually facing a great risk, not to only ourselves, but also to the family members at home.
Yeah, so they threatened to kill me. They threatened me to my face. They threatened me several times. One time in particular, I was walking in Flushing, Queens, and Chinatown. I was surrounded by probably 7 or 8 individuals, and they told me they were going to kill me. And, pretty much the idea was I stop doing what I'm doing. I stop exposing this, or they're going to kill me. And I thought about it. I was like, I'm not going to back down. I'm going to say everything they're doing. And if they kill me, everyone's going to know who did it. That was my thinking. And so I never backed down off it.
Well, that's awesome.
That's a beautiful thing, though.
Exactly. So would you you didn't hear the story prior to this event, right? So as American, knowing that American people has been threatened on American soil by the overarching CCP and their operatives, what do you think about that?
I think America is the most badass country in the world. And so you can threaten us, but guess what? What we're fighting for is bigger than any one person. So there's no amount of people that you can take out. You can't stop what we've started. This is a battle not just for the heart and minds of the American people, but of people of the world. When you see what's going on in China right now with these camps, the COVID camps, and the things that they're doing to people all over the world right now are rising up. This is a global paradigm shift. Right. So there's not any one person they can threaten or take out. It's so much bigger than them. And, joke's on them if they think that they can just take someone out and this is all going away. This is like a battle of good versus evil, and good always wins.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you, Josh, a lot of us have the same experience as you, that we were being threatened. And not only our personal, they not only just threaten our personally, but it's threaten our family.
Yes.
Okay. So that's why we feel we have nowhere to run. We have nowhere to turn. America is our last ground to defend. So how do we let American people know about the evil deeds that you just described, that the CCP committed on American soil? What should we do more?
Well, I'll tell you what the CCP fears most is people standing up to it, is people speaking out against it. Look, there's a reason why the CCP has the Great Firewall. There's a reason why they censor everything. It's because they're terrified that the truth is going to get out. Because they know that when the Chinese people wake up and they realize what the CCP has done to them, that the whole no new China without the CCP is a big fat lie. That all the CCP did was took its boot off the backs of people's heads, and then when they could breathe again said, look at how we saved your life. It's a bunch of nonsense. When Chinese people realize that they've been raised on wolf's milk, that this thing that killed their parents is essentially raising them and then claiming, ownership over them, when they wake up and realize what it is, that's the end of the CCP. The CCP knows it. The reason why they have the 3 warfares program, psychological warfare, media warfare, and legal warfare, it's all based on information. The CCP's, I'd say, main war against the world is information-based. When people start fighting back with information against that, not silencing themselves, talking to their friends and family. And when the CCP threatens your families or threatens people like me, you come out and say it, and you say, look at what they're doing. Everybody look at that crook in the corner. Look at that criminal in the corner. People wake up and they see it for what it is. And you make their actions into a scandal. I think that's how you solve this.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's in order to drive out darkness, you got to shed light on it. And we can't keep letting these things get swept under the rug. I've never gotten threatened so far. But people ask me all the time, are you afraid to do what you're doing? And I'm like, I'm more afraid of what's going to happen if I don't do what I'm doing. And so this is where we got to keep speaking out. We got to be fearless. I mean, at the end of the day, we've all got a clock, right? We can't live forever. Technology hasn't quite gotten there. I don't know though. Elon Musk thinks we're going to live in a cloud one day. But you got to live your life with integrity, and you got to stand up for your values. And you know what? If there's going to be risks involved with defending your country, with defending your family, but you got to be willing to take them, And one thing about America that I love is we're considered land of the free and home of the brave, right? It takes the brave people to stand up and defend all the things that we love about our country. And I think that same model should be implemented in every country around the world. Like when your government becomes so oppressive, the brave need to step forward. They need to step up. And, shout out to the few that are the first in those movements to do it. But once people see people stepping forward, it motivates and inspires and encourages more people to do so. And there's truly power in numbers. So, there's me, there's Josh, there's so many other journalists right now that are shedding light, that are getting the truth out. All these alternative media now are growing, right? Like CNN Plus tanked when it was released. Like all the fake news propaganda machines are actually losing their ratings or losing their numbers. And the new networks that are actually shedding light on all this stuff are rising. So we're seeing a paradigm shift. And, I think the CCP's days are numbered.
Woohoo! Yes, awesome. That's so inspiring and promising. So I wanted to ask you a question, Heather. What's your impression about us, the new federal state of China, and the people that you've spoken to that are from this movement?
Yeah, I mean, I just heard of you guys today, so I'm glad that we got connected. And, I think it's very patriotic of you to stand up for your, the people in China and to oppose the CCP. And what you guys are doing is a heroic effort. And I applaud you guys. Like I said, I just learned about you, so I'm definitely going to be digging in some more. But anybody that is bold and brave enough to come out and take a stand against the CCP and what they're doing, I applaud you guys. So hats off.
So much. And one last sentence to the people. We have 500 million followers who actually, try to get over the VPN and listen to this. So what kind of words would you say to them? Who are hoping that they will one day live without the Communist Party. So,
the Chinese people for 5,000 years created one of the most successful civilizations in the history of humankind. That was done without the Chinese Communist Party. The abuse, the terrible things that have happened to the Chinese people over the course of the last 100 years were caused by the CCP. The prosperity that came to China was not from the CCP. The entire world advanced technologically, and the CCP tries taking credit for changes the entire world underwent. You are not the Chinese Communist Party. The Chinese Communist Party is not you. And when the Chinese people are liberated from the tyranny, the parasitic nature, it is like a worm in your intestines, like a cancer, exactly. You need to pull out of your body. And you'll find that once that happens, the tiny taste of prosperity you have experienced will then be fully realized. You are more than that. You are better than that. The CCP is not you. I urge all of you to quit the Chinese Communist Party, quit the Communist Youth League, quit the Young Pioneers, disavow the CCP, realize who you are and the greatness that you represent, and from there move on to a better future.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to top that, but I would just say that, just know that like America, we stand with you. Other countries stand with you. Freedom is not something exclusive to one country, and every single person on this planet deserves it. You deserve to be a free person, and we're with you every step of the way. So just know that the world is with you, and keep on fighting. We're fighting it here on our front, and you're fighting it there on your front, and we're all in this together. So God bless.
Thank you so much. Taking down the CCP. Take down the CCP.
Yeah, take down the CCP.
That's right. Take down the CCP. That's right.